What's up, everybody? It's make. Hold on, let me see if this is right. Hold on, let me make sure my audio is right. Okay, it's good. What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. I know I have been slacking on my Bravo stuff. So much other stuff has popped off, but I promised you guys I would do this one today. So we are doing it today, and I'm happy because I enjoyed RHOP. So, like the video as intro plays, we have a lot to get into.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. I want to make it make one.
Big moves. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
I remember when Candy Hair used to look like this. I fly above. I fly above. I fly. No, that want you? No, I fly above.
Okay, so yes, I did miss last week. I have not gotten to any Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine will for sure be tomorrow, Beverly Hills the day after. I'm gonna go, like, my Bravo content means a lot to me. It's just been super, super busy. Yes, and thank you. We hit 80,000 today. So I am trying to hold out a little bit longer because I might have a special pop-up appearance at that big celebration. But if they can't do it, that's fine. We're still going to have our celebration. I have all of the gifts for you guys here. So that's happening. Thank you so much. 80,000. Again, I'm super humbled. Definitely hit that like button. Let's start with Robin. Let's start with her tagline, y'all.
I just took a DNA test, and it turns out I 100% don't care.
We 100% don't care about your DNA test, and we 100% want to know the results of wands. That's the DNA test that we want to find out about. And
Nigeria raised me, LA made me, and Potomac will remember me.
And I've already forgotten about you. So let's get into her. So I did a video where I talked about seeing her at BravoCon. Y'all actually thought that I had gone up to this woman or even said out loud, "You look basic." That's not even in my persona. Like, that's not what I do. I would never. When I said basic, I meant somebody with their nose in the air at an event that is for fans and super fans. That's what I meant. I thought it was basic. Like, who are these basic people? Like, you're not Nene Leakes. Like, you're new. If you see a fan looking at you, then, you might like nod, wave, or, just like smile, or at the very least a nod. I do that when I just see Black people walk in. Like, hey, what's up? It was a look up and down. I don't know if he thought I wanted his wife or what, but I never. In fact, I was in a conversation with Rodney, and I was like, "Rodney, you saw the new housewife?" And he was like, "No, I can't believe I missed it." And I was like, "Well, the husband gave me a look." That was it. I would never tell somebody, "You look basic." Come on, y'all. Y'all know me better than that. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the actual episode. So I missed doing the week before. What's up? I see you. Not paid by anybody. I missed doing last week. So the only thing that really I'm taking from it is I like Ashley's house. When she said stuff about it didn't, I'm the only name on this and all these kind of things. And I'm just kind of like, but you're not divorced for a reason. I was about to say something ugly. You're not divorced for a reason, and we'll just leave it at that. I was about to say something really ugly about what happens if she's still married. Let me not say that. Anyway. Not paid by Mims. Okay. Oh. Ashley and her lies. Ashley specifically told Wendy that this girl had said she was Osu, which is this cursed tribe, which is a read from 2021 from All About the Tea. Why would we need to go back to that storyline? Just saying. So Ashley's saying that she's lying. She knows she's lying. Wendy kind of takes it in stride because, as you can see, Wendy was she was in the lion's den when she was at this party. Karen is there, but technically most of the people there don't really like her. When Giselle sees her, she looks like she smells a dirty diaper. Like she really does not like this woman. So we got like 200 in the chat. Definitely hit that like button. So yeah, Giselle really does not like Wendy. There's no love lost there. I don't know if I would. I mean, I guess you have to go, but if Candace isn't there or they have their full crew, Wendy is definitely in the lion's den. Beavis and Butthead hate her. So at this point, I want to say let's give, what's her name, Nneka? Is it Nneka or Nika? You know I mispronounce names. I would say let's give her a chance, especially since Ashley just made that up. There's enough drama in this group. They don't need to do that, but okay. I'll say let's give her a slight chance. A slight chance, even though her husband gave me that look. Blah, blah, blah. Robin is over Giselle. Okay. So Robin has reached her limit with her lesbian lover. She's reached her limit. And I don't think that Giselle is accustomed to Robin really kind of like checking her. And so as Robin is kind of addressing that she felt ganged up on, Giselle has like a scrunched up Tamar look, and it was giving me Iyanla Tamar.
Do you want to do this?
Do you?
That's what it was like. It was almost like, why are you challenging your boss? Why are you challenging the boss? You know the producers put me up to that, and that saved your job. So do you really want to pull up your big girl pants and do this on your own? That's what I felt like Giselle was doing. And I felt like Robin was really trying to check her because Juan had checked her on the last episode about it. I don't fault Giselle. You guys really effed up. So again, Robin, you're on the wrong team. And unfortunately, this team just happens to be your husband. So it was a little bit of a power struggle between the two. And I didn't mind seeing it, but I know it's probably for the show more than anything because Robin will never get from under her bush. Ever.
I really don't have a problem with Robin, except she does Giselle's bidding. Mm-hmm. And I think she's up her bush.
Oh, it's Nneka. Nneka, okay. Ashley's a straight hater. Every episode, Ashley continues her snake behavior, and no one ever truly holds her accountable for anything, even when she lies. Next season, they again going to be trying to be Ashley's friend. I don't get it. I'm done defending Candace whenever she takes Ashley back or has these little moments with her. I get that it could be hard or difficult to film scenes with somebody over and have like something that's tumultuous every time, but no. Mims, that was one of your Ratchet fans who thought you were that cruel. I don't know what they were thinking. I would never just go up to somebody or say out loud, "Oh, you're so basic." I would never do that. Give me a little bit more credit than that. This season is looking so boring. You don't like it at all? I don't mind it. Nneka. I'm gonna try. Y'all know I butcher names. Yes, Mims, I'm over for Candace, always looking for approval from Ashley specifically. Giselle has no one's back but hers. I do feel like Giselle actually has Robin's back. I really honestly do. But I feel like for everybody else, she's a manipulator. She manipulates scenes. And I really do feel like them not airing Robin's actual wedding was Robin's send-off, and that saved her job. But she's gotten a little too big for her britches. What I initially really liked about Robin was she was so down to earth. But now to see all of her visceral reactions for Wendy, it's not fun to watch. It's really, really, really not fun to watch. We'll get into that a little bit later. Juan is at home always like,
What is I'm here for?
every time Juan films a scene,
What is I'm here for?
that's all I get. Hey, Robin.
What is I'm here for?
I didn't do that, Robin.
What is I'm here for?
I really love you, Robin.
What is I'm here for?
I'm just gonna go visit this other lady.
What is I'm here for?
That's all I got. Every time he comes on screen, that's all it's giving. So anyway, Giselle was not pleased at Robin, and so she deflected to Karen. Karen and Giselle, we're the best frenemies on Bravo. I don't get it. I don't get it. Whatever. Karen smartly pulls Robin to the side though, and I like that, because if she would have been there with Giselle, Giselle would have got all up in her butt. So I was definitely here for her pulling her to the side. When she did pull her into the house though, it was not really a I'm sorry. It was more like I see you and you see me and we see each other. Then there was a little bit of a pissing match between the two.
You're the bottom. That's why you're over there.
And Karen won, of course, but it was a little bit like neither one of them really truly are sorry for going at each other. They're just choosing to coexist. Like coexist would be the word for the day if misremembered was not. Misremembered, people, remember that is the word of the day. Misremembered is the word of the day. We'll get into it. So, they just have decided to have some boundaries, and I'm not really mad at it because they can get pretty ugly with each other. What does Robin's parents think about Ron? I think they are as tired of Juan and Robin as we are, to be honest with you. I think that they're over them. Like, whatever. Yeah, too many Coronas. Exactly. So Wendy is now at the table full of bear recruiters. They are grilling her about her show. I technically don't understand conceptually what Wendy's show is supposed to be. I'll check it out. But, I feel as though if she is speaking only at a certain level, narrowing her audience could probably hurt her. So I don't really know what she's doing. Every season, Wendy has something new on, the burner. Good for her. I don't really know what this is out. I mean, if she's doing like pop culture or like a political thing, I would almost really want her to get like a full-time job at CNN or MSNBC. You know what I mean? As opposed to financing her own talk show. And even in doing the financing of her talk show, it feels as though she's just willing to put money away that she doesn't have to. She could easily just start it in her house. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. The backdrop is only part of it, but in all honesty, anybody can film anything as long as you have kind of like a personality. So I'll check it out. I like Wendy, but I don't understand this. But the way that Giselle was looking at her with like a stank face, it's not fun to watch. Giselle's decided that she's not going to talk to her. Wendy has also decided that she's not going to talk to Giselle nor Robin. It looks kind of dumb though on all parts because y'all are filming a show and we, the viewers, don't necessarily want to see that. Y'all can tell me in the comments. Do y'all like that? Are y'all having fun watching them really just dislike each other? Wendy invites some of the girls to her children's first communion. I can understand not inviting your enemies to your children's first communion, but you didn't have to do it in front of everybody. Moreover, if you were doing it to keep Giselle and Robin out of a scene, I don't get it. I don't get it. She could have... that part is not fun to watch. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like it. It doesn't do anything for me to see these women really hate and despise each other. But when Robin was saying, you did us a favor, I'm sure you don't go to church. And of all of them, Robin, you should be sending Juan to church to repent. So maybe that's his problem because he hasn't been to church. But this whole thing of you did us a favor because you're not having to go to church, heathen. I knew y'all were heathens. I know Robin did it to Wendy, but I just think it's just dumb. I think it's dumb for Ashley not to invite Candace. Like, it's dumb. You're inviting Sesame Street, and every time Sesame Street rolls up, they got the monster horror movie sound. I'm like, what is this? Before we get into the monster horror movie, and that's jump scare. I'm sorry, y'all. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Wendy and Mia kind of clashed, and Wendy just basically calls Mia slow. And that wasn't technically like really that harsh of a read. I thought it was kind of funny in the moment, but we'll get into that. So it was important that we remember she called her slow. It's not really, that much of a read. This whole I don't care shtick Robin is doing is not fooling me. I don't think it's fooling anybody. And I don't think I don't think Juan cares if she cares or not, which is the truly sad part. Robin is complaining about a pylon. It was a polite read. Exactly. What's up, Masi? They're overcompensating with editing to make up for half of the cast being boring. You said it and I agree. I definitely agree. I can't with Deborah. I can't. You're trying way too hard to be a cast member and nobody really cares. Blah, blah, blah. First communion at Wendy's. Blah, blah. Let's move on. Giselle shopping with her daughter. Let's move on. Just kidding. I'm telling you guys, eventually I might start fast forwarding through the Giselle parts with her kids. I think her kids are adorable. They look sweet. I just don't want, like, that's, I don't care about Giselle and the everything that Giselle does is either she's in somebody else's business or she's doing something with her kids. Tell us the alleged reason Ashley's not divorced, Mims. That would be mean. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I'm sorry. I don't want to say You guys do the math. If something were to happen and she's still married, yeah. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Giselle saying she was the life of the party, not with the way she dances. So I don't believe that at all. Now, there have been allegations about Giselle and some hazing stuff, but I'll do a little bit more research on that before I say anything too much on that. But there have been some allegations about Giselle and hazing the new people that came up in her sorority. But again, I won't really go in depth into that until I, get some research in. But, whatever. I really do like Giselle's kids. I really do, especially the twins. I know it's wrong, but I love that bothers Giselle's entire soul every time Wendy walks in the room. It really does. And that should tell you, Giselle, you are definitely the producers and Andy's darling, but you do not have any ability to really get somebody off the show. Just saying. Whatever. Wendy and her kids, first communion. Wendy's mama left her daddy because he was too involved in the church. And now Wendy's mom is kind of like a pseudo producer. I was a little confused by that. Okay. I know he worked at Wendy's, but then he was a Protestant? Did she say Protestant? Like preacher? I was confused. I've never heard somebody say you were too in tune with the church and the Lord, so I had to leave you. I was like, what does that actually mean? What does that mean? And for her mom, is her mom also like a spiritual leader? I don't know. I don't know. But I do want to show you guys something when we get to when we get to Wendy's mom. When we get to that situation, I do want to show you something. But let's continue. Karen comes to Mia's apartment. I'm saying apartment because I am not saying penthouse. When she gets to her apartment, it's a very beautiful apartment though. Mia's you guys let me know if this was a reach or not. You guys let me know if it's a reach or not. When Mia said that her son has a learning disability, and so Wendy calling her slow really insulted her. Do you think that that was a reach, or do you think as a parent it took Mia back to that moment with her son? You let me know. For me, I thought it was a reach, but maybe for a mom with a son who has a disability, that kind of read can be triggering. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, big reach. Her mother is a tribal elder. Okay, it was a reach. It was a reach. Okay, so we weren't alone there. I didn't want to be inconsiderate to her son and her son's learning disability, but I just don't think that had anything to do with Wendy. Okay, so y'all agree it was a reach. Okay, well then I don't feel bad. Karen feels it's kind of like an eye for an eye with those two. When Karen brought up the fact that they had left Wendy out of the event last year and now she did it to them, Mia jumped right over that and went into villainizing Wendy. I don't know why she has such a hard on for Wendy. Well, I do think that technically Wendy is probably her type now physically, so she would like to be up her bush, but I don't think that Wendy swings that way, even if she kind of like flirts with her. So maybe there is some like sexual chemistry there or sexual tension that I don't understand, but Mia definitely has issues with Wendy and I don't understand why. I don't get it. If it's just her relationship with Candace or what, or maybe she is intimidated because Wendy is a very degreed professional person and Mia is very comfortable having been more in the exotic dancer alleged escort realm, and something about Wendy and Wendy's moving up does something to Mia. Because if you remember, Mia was very, I'm a boss, I'm this, I'm that, and all that has kind of been shattered, and she's almost been minimized to just being like a gold digger. So maybe that's why she really doesn't mess with Wendy. Wendy represents something that she won't be and something she tried to, kind of shove down our throats the first season. Mia has grown on me to an extent. I'm just saying. She's grown on me just a little bit. Wendy and Candace meet up. So I'm here for Kiana. I liked her energy. I like that Kiana owns her own business. I like that Kiana isn't consistently saying I'm a boss. The other girls are saying it for her. I think she's cute. But just like Aneka, I'm going to give Kiana a chance. She hasn't really done anything, I think she's fun. And that's really what they need. Somebody else who doesn't mind drinking. I need somebody who's going to get Karen drunk so we can find out some more of her business. Because Karen not drinking is Fort Knox. Karen drinking, we didn't heard everything. How she want the money back that she gave Ray. What Ray is doing or not doing in the bed. We need drunk Karen back. ASAP. That's what we need. Well, thank you. We got 400 here, but we only got 142 likes. Definitely hit that like button, people. It's a free way to support the channel. Thank you. Let's see. Wendy said that this was the first time she met Nika. Now, Nika has said that she met Wendy twice before in passing. So I don't know if this is as much as I'm really shading you or I'm not really supposed to know you because you're being introduced as, I want to say, Ashley's friend, right? Aneko was Ashley's friend. So I don't know. Maybe it is production driven where she's supposed to pretend like she doesn't know her and this is her first time meeting her. Either way it goes, I want to know if we got that first little scene with them before or after Ashley had made up that lie. Because maybe Wendy gave her that cold shoulder after she thought that the girl had said something about her being Osu. Either way it goes, Wendy is hiding something. Yeah. I don't understand if you met this girl before and your sister is friends with the sister-in-law and y'all have run in some of the same circles. I don't know. It's a little weird. So let's see, blah, blah. Ashley and Karen go shopping, and I thought that this was going to be the best thing in the world. Wait, did I miss? Sorry, let's go back to this moment. We get a scene of Juan and Robin. Juan proceeds to pick Robin up. That's probably not how it goes. I have a feeling that when anything goes on or if anything goes on with them, it's the other way around. I have a feeling it's something more like that, to be honest with you, where Robin is doing the picking up. I do not see, I don't see Juan being the aggressor in any of it. I see Robin being the aggressor. I don't know why they're giving us all these scenes. Juan really does not want to film. So, whatever. Let's move on. Ashley having a stylist. Ashley says that she doesn't do these clothes. No, don't get me wrong. This dress was ugly, but this was the dress she came in. Ashley has never been fashion forward. She wasn't fashion forward in Fashion Nova. She wasn't fashion forward at her own fashion show, and she picked the least fashionable person to go into a fashion business relationship with. She's not fashion forward in her confessionals, although I did pick up on her and Candace having these same butterfly tops. They seem to have multiple. I don't get it. Ashley is not a fashion girl. She's not even a fashion girl adjacent. So what she meant by she didn't need the stylist and these are not her type of clothes. What are your type of clothes, ma'am? Because you put out a fashion line of this. These were items from her fashion line, y'all. What is going on with this? I just, whatever, Ashley. Whatever, Ashley. Whatever you got going on, you like it. I love it. Now, we don't know if this business is still in effect or if it has gone the way of every Hue Beauty, but we do know that they did start a fashion line. And it probably was in production before Shiba Sheree. Moving on. We get to the word of the day, misremembered. You misremembered the thing about Nika, but when anybody asks you about the lawsuit between Michael and Candace, you say you have no idea. That's a lie. You're too much in other people's business not to have any idea about your husband suing your enemy. That's a lie. It's not a misremembered. I don't know that misremembered is a term, but it's a term that Ashley has coined. It's perfect for Ashley. People who say things like misremembered typically dress like this. That's how they dress. Her fashion line could have been called Misremembered. That would have been perfect. You don't know what? People should get me to help them brand. Misremembered. That would have been her fashion line. I misremembered why I bought this. I misremembered who I was buying this from. I misremembered my credit card. So now I can't pick it up. I can't buy it because now I'm actually seeing what it looks like. I misremembered that Ashley had no fashion sense. That's what I misremember. What is this? Moving on. The first communion. Now, Wendy is a little bit like her mama. She done told everybody else to wear white. However, I mean yellow, but she wore white. Karen comes in looking great. Actually, most of the girls, like they all came in, they wrecked shop. Everybody looked good. Now let's get to Wendy's mom. So I want to be respectful of Wendy's mom because again, she is someone's mom. I will say this. I saw this. Shout out to the reality rundown. They keep their ears to the street. I saw this before I saw the episode. So when the episode came, I felt like they're probably going to read her. It is clear that she has bleached her whole body. And so these were some of the comments. So are we going to talk about does this fall under mamas are off limits? Because child. Somebody else said if they're bringing up mama this season and have discussed colorism in past seasons, I'm gonna need them to bridge these issues. We need to peel this back. What is going on here? People were really, I don't know, up in arms, but confused. Now, I did a little bit of research, and there is bleaching that goes on in some, well, I wouldn't say in some parts of Africa, people do bleach their home body. I saw that there's a lot of skin bleaching in certain parts of like the Caribbean as well. So bleaching does exist. I just think that people weren't expecting this from Wendy's mom because she was the same hue as Wendy. And then to see her fully bleached, I do think that people were kind of surprised. But for the most part, I think people were respectful enough considering that this was someone's mom. But I do think in talking about colorism, and well, technically, Wendy and Candace weren't as vocal as I would have liked them to be on the subject. But as it applies to colorism on the show, but I do think that most of the comments about the bleaching were respectable. It says in Nigerian culture, wearing too light makeup and skin bleaching is very common. It comes from the years of colonization and colorism in the community. It's a sad truth. Whilst Wendy and others embrace their skin, some are indoctrinated and can't break free. See, I told you, mostly everybody was respectful. Talk about it. This isn't healthy in more ways than one. I did see that skin bleaching can cause cancer. There are carcinogens in some of the skin bleaches. They are not off limits if they get on screen. This is awful. Did this woman think about the impact this will have on her granddaughter's self-image? Not to mention the impact on her health. This is so dangerous. Look, we talked about Ashley's mama and her bad wigs. Now, I did not talk about her wigs. I might have talked about her living underneath that bridge in the tent and getting Michael to pull her up out of that situation. But I never talked about her wigs. I talked about Ashley's shake and go wigs, but I didn't talk about Sheila's shake and go wigs. Do I have a picture of Ashley's wigs? This wasn't a wig. That wasn't a wig. Oh no, it was a confessional wig. Let's see. Ashley Darby bag confessional. Here we go. I talked about Ashley's wig, that's shake and go, but I never talked about Sheila's shake and go wigs. We talked about Candace's mama's dangling her money in her face. We damn sure talk about Candy's mama, who gave us several seasons of crazy. Go ahead and open the discussion on Dr. Wendy's mom, who just might be practicing voodoo. We'll get to that too. It's giving Sammy Sosa. So she definitely bleached, but it's one of those things where it's bleached now. So, you know, yeah. I hope that, you know, I hope that she did it safely and that it does not have any adverse effects on her health. But let's move on. So the Obama has some rehearsed reads talking about is Mia coming, because I was going to get everybody a raincoat. Not that it looks like Sheila's wig. It says Mims, people do bleach in America. It's rare that Black Americans bleach, although it does happen. I mean, Black China teamed up with this lady from Africa who did the White Nations bleaching cream, I think. White Nations or something. And she bleached. So people do bleach, of course. They say K. Michelle bleached. Although it does happen, but it is very common in other countries and with people that came over here from other countries. Okay. So I guess it's people could talk about it. Thank you for joining the membership. Blessings, Hot Topics. This is a good week to join it. It's a good week to join it. Dencia. Yeah, Dencia. She bleached her whole body and then she, used Black China to promote. So she had some rehearsed reads, Mama didn't do too much, but I can see some of Wendy. I can see some of Mama Wendy in Wendy when she's with her kids. So I think that's pretty funny. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Ashley's titties into the room before Ashley does. Why would you wear that to church, ma'am? Or why would you wear that to a children's first communion? I know you are very happy with your new purchase, but put a jacket on. The children don't need to see all that. I'm with Candace, cover it up. Now, do y'all recognize that Candace and Ashley love these butterfly tops? Like, is that a thing, ladies? Because I've only ever seen it on like Ashley, Candace, and maybe like kids around my niece's age. I've never seen this as like something people wear. I do kind of like Candace's better, but at the same, it's still two butterfly tops. So y'all can tell me if you like that or not. Allison, what's disrespectful, Allison? Let me know. The comments, what's disrespectful? Yep, the butterfly tops have a mini resurgence. Candace was funny. Now, Candace looked good in her confessional, her second one. This one, Candace looked really good. Hair, not doing too much. Like Candace is on her, I'm a musician kind of thing, and I'm like edgy. So most of her stuff is usually going to be pretty edgy. But when she just does like the Jessica Rabbit or something simple, she looks really good. She looks really good. It looks cute on them. The butterfly tops got to go. I'm Nigerian, but I'm sorry. There's something off about Wendy's mom. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, the way Ashley dressed for church. So you were offended that her titties entered the room before her? I couldn't believe she did that. I can believe it, though. Anybody who goes into a fashion business with Giselle, we can't put anything past them, y'all. We can't. Now, Ashley does have a great body. She does Pilates, so she's really, really toned. And, I like her. I like her bit of mess. She's like Giselle, but a little bit better to me. Because she can hang with it. She's super, super messy, but she's so good at being the villain. She will deflect so well, and you'll forget that Ashley was the one who started the fire. Ashley is like a sniper from the side. Now, I'm not an Ashley fan by any stretch of the imagination, but in terms of villains on reality shows, Ashley is definitely a villain. And she's a villain with all of the worst stuff. Your husband's an alleged predator, and she gets away. Like, she always gets away with things unscathed. It's almost like a case study on how to be a villain who does not get caught. But again, she's not on my top 50 housewives. She's not my favorite. And I don't know why they keep letting her get away with so much. So, Wendy and Nika. Ashley went ahead and confirmed that she lied. She didn't misremember. She lied about the situation. Good moment that I don't think people pick up on. I really enjoyed seeing Wendy's husband actually interact with his son. This to me was a moment. It's a moment of a good black man, a good black father embracing his son and really lifting his son up. And that's the kind of stuff that I do want to see on these shows. This is good. It's good that people see that good black fathers do exist. Despite all the craziness that goes on the show, this is a good moment. And I think Eddie is a good guy. So I definitely like that. Kind of like I liked Greg Leaks. Something about Greg Leaks and his calmness, Eddie reminds me of. And Wendy kind of reminds me of Nene Leaks. When I saw this photo of Wendy, the first thing I thought was you could be Nene Leaks' cousin. Y'all can put in the chat if y'all see it or not. And I'm talking about Nene's original face. I feel like they kind of resemble. I could be wrong, but I that was the first person I thought of when I saw this photo. I was like, okay, I see a little bit of a resemblance. And that OG girl, I think her name is Yvonne OG from Insecure. Wendy, the old Wendy, kind of looks like her as well. They could be cousins too. Okay, so you agree. Nene was so beautiful to me. You can tell Eddie has a strong relationship with his kids, even though his family is estranged. I see it now too. Now she's a racially ambiguous Britney Spears. Who? Nene? Who's absolutely wrong. Wendy looks nothing like Nene Leaks. Ashley is a two-faced masked woman. I agree. I see it now too. Okay, so some of y'all see it, some of you guys don't. I saw it and I was like, I kind of see it. But, you know, moving right along. Aneka and Robin. Now, Robin, you were a little too engrossed in these stories. Nneka gets her moment. She's walking away from her G-Wagon. She's giving you guys face, outfit. She wants you to know she's a rich bitch, and her daddy was a rich bitch too. Her words, not mine. Oh. Nneka says Wendy's family has been aggressive towards her. Now, let's get into this timeline of what happened. So she says that let me take this comment off. She says that she has been contacting her cousin-in-law, this lady in this picture, and saying things like they are using her sister, that Nneka is using her sister for clout, and that she doesn't really know Wendy. And then Wendy's mom allegedly calls her and says to her, have you ever prayed with me? And that she has put people's names on a shrine that has done wrong to her, and go back and look and see the horrible things that have happened to them. Now that seemed a little bit off. And then you juxtapose that with the visual of her praying at the church. I said, the producers are messy for this one, because we don't even know if this scene was filmed in the same day. Do I believe that some of these people called Nneka? Yes. Do I think that it was just innocuous calls? No. I think that Wendy went back and told her family that this woman said that we were Osu, and then the mom got on it, and they aggressively started making phone calls. But the fact that Robin was so entrenched in this conversation, I'm like, Robin, this is the problem that I have with you. You're scared of this and you're scared of that. But Juan is meeting women in hotel rooms, and all that you keep saying is you don't care. Get your priorities straight. Robin.
I just took a DNA test, and it turns out I 100% don't care.
But you care about this story real bad with Wendy's mom. I'm trying my best to give Giselle, Robin, and Ashley some grace this season. I'm trying, but they are just. Ashley, you are definitely a manipulator, and Again, I can say that you're great at what you do, but it doesn't make you a likable character on the show whatsoever. Not at all.
A manipulator. That's what you're telling me.
Ashley,
A manipulator.
you misremember stuff and you
A manipulator.
a home mess. Giselle, stop looking so disgusted when you see Wendy. It doesn't, you can engage. Nothing that Wendy did to you was that horrible. You have done and said really horrible things about people, and you just kind of like go along to get along. You were trying to get Wendy off the show, but unfortunately, she has become a fan favorite. So get over it. Aneka, you have clearly chosen the side, but what I don't understand is why Giselle's side now has 50 people on it. You got Ashley and all of her band of married men. Married men. I didn't mean to say married men. Then you have Giselle, Robin, Charisse, Aneka. I feel like that side is loaded and the other side is just those three. And I want to say to Karen, you are coming over to them because they went so hard on you the seasons before, but you have rode the fence every chance you got. So why are you thinking that Candace and Wendy are going to be your pack? You're only joining them because they really gave it to you, and your close friend Mia tried to destroy your relationship last season. It's not okay, y'all. I told you I was going to mispronounce her name, but it's not purposeful. Somebody tell me the phonetic way to say it, or the correct way to say it, and I will try my best to get her name right. Thank you, Mims. Giselle's face expressions are doing too much. And why does her side have a football team of players? Yeah, what is that? Like, I don't get it. We'll see. This season so far has been good to me. I watched the last week's episode yesterday, and I watched this one right before the show. I'm fine with this. They're not all going to be just hot episodes. This one was interesting enough for me. I'm cool with it. I've heard Married to Medicine is really doing the damn thing. So I'm excited to binge watch all 3 episodes tomorrow, and then I'll come live with the review for the last one. What's up, Miss Bernice? It said, Ashley lied and put this all in motion. After the way the women came at Wendy, it's only natural for her family to go to defense mode. That's what I think. So it's NECA. Oh, okay. So like NECA. But then somebody else says in NECA. So, okay, y'all gonna have to get it together in the comments and let me know, because now y'all done told me 2 different things, and I was already mispronouncing it, thinking it was one thing. Now my mind is blown. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys. Hold on, Chanel's teaching me. Mim, say the letter N and then say NECA. In NECA. 2 N's. In NECA. Okay. Put in the chat if that was right. I'm gonna see you guys later. There's some more stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes with Tamar. Let me just say this. I have seen one of the escorts I now know who one of the people is for sure with the in NECA is correct. Okay, I'm going to try in NECA. I'm going to try to do that one right because I don't want to disrespect her in that way. But yes, I saw one of the escorts. And yes, I am working on some other stuff with Tamar. And yes, the escort was a very melanated, tall male model. It's crazy, but I'm working on behind the scenes stuff. So I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, anyway, I got to go. Have a good night, everybody. And join me tomorrow for Married to Medicine. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but it'll definitely be tomorrow. Have a good one.